Welcome to Always Analog, where we celebrate the beauty of analog technology in the digital world. Today we are going to look at a vintage pencil, and not one that is of a particular known manufacturer or core strength, but one that I came across recently while I was at an estate sale, and I'm going to guess that perhaps at one time one of the people who resided in that home were either they sold Stanley products or they were at one time hosted a Stanley party. So Stanley products, think they might still be around, or they might be owned now by the Fuller Brush Company. But Stanley Home Products were basically products for the home, a lot of cleaning products, and cleaning solutions and brushes and things of that sort that you bought directly from a sales representative who might have come to your house, dropped off a catalog, and you would order things. Or you may have hosted a Stanley party where the sales rep from Stanley came to your home and you invited your friends over, and hopefully they bought stuff and you got something in return for hosting the party. Very much the model of Tupperware, frankly. And these little pencils are from a Stanley hostess party, and they would have been given to guests to fill out an order form for Stanley products. And so you can see I've got a bunch of them here, almost with the exception of, here's a red one. So that's sort of a different, perhaps, I don't know how many different colors they made these in. And I don't know what the official Stanley Home Products color was. But you can see most of these are sort of this turquoisey color and white. And they are a thinner pencil, for sure, and they are hexagonal, and they just are plain tipped here at the top. Let's see. You can see, look at that core. Look how uneven that is. And we get a few of them here to look at. So these are, like I said, really giveaways, and they are not intended probably to do much more than fill out an order form. But I just thought they were so interesting because they do represent a piece of American history, American manufacturing history, American retail history. And here you can see Stanley Home Products was based in Westfield, Massachusetts. If any of you have any memories or more detailed information about Stanley Home Products, and please share in the comments section. Would love to hear more about it. Here in Michigan, Stanley Home Products, and these were from a house in Michigan, were really strictly a rural kind of, around Detroit where I grew up. You didn't see a lot of Stanley Home stuff because there were just so many stores and it was so easy to get things. We did have Fuller Brush, and we had a lot of other sort of door-to-door kind of direct sales. Stanley Home Products, at least in my neighborhood, was not a thing. But in rural parts of the state, which is, there's a lot of rural areas in Michigan, as is in most states, Stanley Home Products were more popular, or more common, I should say. So anyways, I'm going to pick one of these out that's on the dull side, like this one. Let's put a Sharpen on here, and I'm just curious to see how this old promotional pencil writes. Okay. I'm going to put a little Sharpen on these pencils, and who knows when they were used last. Hard to tell. Could be cedar. It wouldn't surprise me that these were American-made pencils. Okay, so we've got a point on here now. I think that we can write with. So let's see how this pencil writes. Well, feels very much like a number 2 pencil. And a little scratchy. I'm sure you can hear that. A little smudgy. No eraser on this pencil. And again, it was really meant to fill out an order form, but the graphite is fairly erasable. I remember when I was a kid, and again, we didn't have Stanley salespeople, home product salespeople, but we had a Fuller brush man, and he probably came once a month to visit my mom. She had her Avon lady who came also regularly. And there were people who were selling vacuum cleaners, Kirby and other vacuum cleaners, door to door in the neighborhood. We had a milkman bring milk, and other dairy products, and certainly there were all kinds of vendors that would drive up and down the street, produce guys selling fruits and vegetables on a truck, and guys who would wheel carts down the street that would sharpen knives and scissors. They sort of had a foot-powered grinding wheel on this little cart, and they would sharpen blades, and just I don't know how many different home sales things. And it was a time, there were probably more people who didn't work outside of the home, so they were home during the day for these people to sell to. and not everybody had car. Every family didn't have 5 cars, so if someone had the car and because they were out working or whatever, the other person, you walked or you took the bus or whatever, and so people were home. Anyways, it just is a throwback to another time, but that's a whole other video, I guess. But this is just a fun review of this pencil from Stanley Home Products, from their hostess parties and ordering pencil. I just got it and thought it was cool, wanted to share it. So hope you liked looking at this pencil, and I appreciate you watching. Please share, like, and subscribe, and I will see you again soon here on Always Analog.